Welcome to Hamilton County TV. I'm Perry Williams, and as you know, it's the Jake Gilbert Show. Welcome, Coach.
Welcome. Hi, Perry. How are you doing? Hi, everybody.
Great, Coach. Well, quite a football game last Friday night, 34-33.
Yep.
Playing another Hoosier Crossroad Conference team. It was quite a game, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably more exciting for the fans than the coaches on both sides, but that makes for great football. That's why you play the game. It was outstanding. If you like offense, not so much if you like defense. So there wasn't a whole lot of defense being played out there, but it was a fun game to win. I don't know if it's a fun game to coach in, but it's very excited to get the win. I mean, we do not take any victory for granted here. We celebrate the victories. That was a hard-fought win. I was proud of our guys for their belief and their confidence and our willingness to do whatever it took to find a way. So even though it didn't look pretty all the time, defensively in particular, I do think we did what we had to do to win the game. Our offense was magical. Our special teams were good enough, and our defense stopped two important plays, those two-point conversions. Even if that's all it was, that was enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, funny when you look at the stats, that first half was a lot of offense, and the second half really, you got 6 points and Noblesville got 12, so it actually turned around a little bit. But there were some long drives too. Sure.
Well, we made a couple of adjustments, which maybe made it harder on them, even if it didn't mean we stopped them every time. We did get a couple stops, but not enough. But their ability to just eat up clock and hold the ball for essentially an entire quarter is pretty crazy, and so they can do that on you. So if they don't want your offense on the field, they don't have to let it on the field. They eat up the whole clock, and so there's not a lot of scoring in their games unless they want there to be, really.
Yeah, and basically, just like you have been all season, it always amazes me that on your ability to do this is you always have that balanced attack of passing and running, and it's yet again for this ball game.
Sure.
I mean, of course, you have some great defensive players that can step up and make big plays, and you've always had that, and that's And I'm simply amazed how for a first-year quarterback, Cole Ballard, just I've seen him play 3 times in person, and he just continues to get better and better all the time.
Definitely the player of the game for us. I think Cole was 14 for 17 passing.
Yeah.
You always have a couple drops. I mean, that's darn near perfect.
Yeah.
So he threw for 180 yards or so. He ran for 100 yards. So he accounted for a ton of offense just himself, and like 4 touchdowns, a couple running. He was extraordinary. He's a great competitor. I think he has tremendous poise. I could not be prouder of that kid. I'm just so happy for him. But we got ways to go. I mean, he's got to keep doing it.
And I think he knows that too.
He does. He's a great competitor. He wants challenged. He wants coached. He wants to compete. So we couldn't have a better guy there.
Well, Coach, let's kind of let's shift gears a little bit and talk a little bit about the upcoming game with Hamilton Southeastern, because this is an important game in the Hoosier Crossroad Conference. I mean, you're both 2-0, okay? They are 4-0 this season. You're 3-1. But this conference and your winning streak and all those type of things are all important to this team. Let's talk a little bit, because you go back to seeing a similar offense that you're used to seeing. So let's talk a little bit about Southeastern, because they have some talented players.
Well, Southeastern's excellent. They're very, very well coached. I'm sure they're hungry for us. We winning it the sectional and dramatic fashion last year. I know that's been on their minds, so we don't need to pretend it's not. But gosh, they're so well coached. They play tremendous defense with this team. They returned most of their defensive players, and they don't give you much. They don't give much at all. Just sound and solid. It's not so much that they're have one superstar. I mean, they certainly have a couple really good players, believe me. But I just think their whole unit is good. So defensively, they are not giving up hardly any points. and that's going to be a challenge for us. Offensively, they have some new players. They've had different running backs step up at different times. A new guy was the hero last week against Fishers. But the quarterback's playing pretty well. They've got a wide receiver who I think is really good. Tall guy, number one. And they've got a couple other guys that can hurt you.
Yeah, and he's only a junior, too.
Yeah. So, anyway, long story short, they're ranked 4th. They're undefeated, all that for a reason. And they're an excellent football program. It'll be a tough night.
Yeah, and they played a pretty good schedule. I mean,
absolutely.
They played a couple MIG teams and done well. So and they put some points on. But like you said, they don't give up much.
No.
So that's going to be an interesting.
We both played LC, but they played Fishers in their big rivalry game last week, and that was obviously an overtime victory. That showed a lot because I think Fishers is really good. So we know it's going to be a challenge. We'll be ready for the challenge. Hopefully we continue to grow up as a team and do things better and start to get a couple guys back here and there and grow closer towards our full potential.
Yeah, because the one thing about it, we've talked about this over the years, is it's just one game at a time, and it's a long season, and you don't want to peak too early, you don't want to peak too late. I mean, it's all building up here. We're a little bit over halfway now.
I know.
And now's when you're going to start, getting some of those players back. I mean, it's, I'm not saying that, you had a great team last year, no doubt about that. But you faced those injuries last year, same as you have this year. I mean, it's just part of the game.
Part of the game. So you have to have a deep team. We'll be fine. This is the time, I think, when you kind of hit this mid-season that your younger guys, your new players, your new starters have gotten a couple under their belt. They've knocked the rust off and all the nerves and all those things. And then your team also starts to galvanize. People know and accept and respect their roles, and so you start to get a little more synergy in your squad, and you find out around this time whether you're going to be any good or not, I think. And then our schedule sets up for it. I mean, the next 2 weeks we have Southeastern and Brownsburg, who are ranked 4th and 1st respectively and undefeated, and so there'll be plenty of challenge awaiting, and we'll find out what the rocks are made of.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the program. I know your JV won this past week, and they're doing well.
JV's undefeated. Excited about that. Freshman is 2-2. Feel like let a little bit of that get away. They're learning how to win themselves, and C team got a win on Monday. So pretty happy overall with the program. We're 10-4 overall, all levels here, and the middle schools are doing great. So we're happy and pleased with where we're at, and I know we've got a very bright future this season, but then definitely also moving forward.
Yeah, I know we're excited about coming to Westfield this Friday night and broadcasting the Southeastern Westfield game, because we think it's going to be a dandy, and we're really excited about that. And in my opinion, 2 great coaches and 2 great teams. That's a good formula there, right? Yeah, well, definitely one great coach. Mike Kelly's outstanding. But I certainly hope we have a great team. I love these kids. It's so much fun. We are battling and trying and practicing well. Like I said, we're just very young. We started a whole bunch of sophomores. We are improving. We just have to keep getting better. I mean, sometimes you just don't know until you know, and you have to go out there and make some mistakes and then learn from it. But we are, I think, improving each week, and I feel like our practices are good and competitive, and we don't care. Whoever's out there, the standard's the standard. So whether you're the starter and you're a senior, or whether you're a new player and a sophomore, or whether you're a backup because someone got hurt, we don't spend much time on that. This is the standard for playing varsity, and we got to reach it. Well, the standard has to be pretty high to beat a team like Hamilton Southeastern. Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking time and to do this interview, and I guess I'll see you Friday night. See you Friday night. All right. Go Rocks.